Hi everybody, I'm going to show you a way to put Jamberry nail wraps on curvy nails. I have curvy nails that curve this way, like this, and they also curve this way. So it's really hard to get my wraps to lie flat sometimes. So this is a way that I do it. So they will lie flat. Now something that I did was I put a base coat on. This helps smooth out the nail to prevent some of those ripples. Now I like Jamberry because there's no dry time. If you use the Jamberry base coat, there really is no dry time. By the time you're done putting a quick base coat on all your nails, the first hand is dry and you can start right away. So there really is no dry time. The only thing that I really do that's different is I put these little notches, let me see here, in the nail wrap. You can kind of see one right there and the other side. They are very, very small. What people run into when they put notches in their Jamberry wraps is they make them too big, or they don't actually cut out a triangle. You can see that there's actually like a little teeny triangle cut out of there. And what happens when you don't cut out a triangle is that your wrap overlaps and it doesn't lay flat. So you really just cut out this little triangle. I already did this finger here. You just cut out that little triangle there, and then it'll help your wrap lay flat. So what I'm going to do is basically follow the same application that I would if I didn't put notches on my wrap. And it does add an extra step, but once you do it one or two times, it goes really quickly. You don't even notice that it's adding time to your application. So all I'm going to do is just heat it up. And I like to wait until it's kind of blowing and really malleable. So I heat it up quite a bit. And I'm going to gently, very, very gently place it on my nail. Okay. And how I'm going to press it down is I'm going to press the back flaps. You can touch the end because that part isn't going to stay on your nail. You're going to just do the back flaps first, and then do the front flaps. So I'll do this side, I'm going to give this one a little tug, and do that side. I kind of pull this corner while I'm doing that one. I'm going to heat it up again. Now to get it to not curve on the tips, you can give them a little tug, but it's important not to just tug the top. When you have curvy nails, you want to be tugging on the corners because you want to wrap it around your nail. So now that it's nice and warm again, I'm going to tug the corner forward and this corner forward. And you don't want to pull too much. I mean, you can, but you don't want to pull too much because you don't want the wrap to kind of shrink back up once it cools down. So pull, but not too firm. And you'll notice I haven't used my cuticle pusher yet. And the reason is because the cuticle pusher can cool it down, and Jamberry wraps work best with heat and pressure, so your finger is warm, and so use just your finger first. Now I'm going to use my cuticle pusher. All those bumps out. This is my non-dominant hand too, so if I can do it with my non-dominant hand, you can do it with your dominant hand, or your non-dominant hand. One more little feel at the top. Now, the other thing that you want to be sure that you do is wait until it completely cools. So this one is cooled off all the way before you cut the excess off. So I'm just going to get as close to the nail as I can and just cut it off. Now you don't have to cut if you want to just skip straight to the file. I use a glass file, so when I use a glass file it takes a little bit longer to saw off all the excess. And of course you want to go in a downward motion I use a glass file because I think it gives it a little bit of a smoother finish. It's not as rigid, and if you have curvy nails, you don't want any ridges at the tips because otherwise you'll get that bubbling at the tips. So I find that the glass nail files work best. Is there really any coming off there? And that's it. Nice and smooth. Don't even see those little notches. Just goes on nice and smooth and I'll get no bubbling